I'm from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear?
G'day folks, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. It's not hump day, it's brunch with the ducks. Unfortunately, I'm apologizing for Alana. She's not feeling 100%. She's spending a bit of time lying in bed and recuperating. She has that flu stuff. Anyway, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Let me jump into the chat first up. First up, we have Nick. Now, Nick, truth be known, not everybody's going to beat you in, considering you were in at least an hour or just under an hour before everybody else. So, yes, good evening. Guess you beat Ross in? You did. Also, Nick is saying, in case he's not watching, what? You're not here? Figured you'd tell everybody he put out a new website to tell how he made American history last year. Awesome. G'day, Governor. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Greetings. How is the land of the that cold place? G'day, Shannon. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Icy Chicago, huh? Icy Chicago. There we go. Rob is saying it's wet and cold in the UK. Yeah, I haven't heard from my son because he's too busy staying in bed and staying warm. Ross, foist on the HH4C channel, yep, but not on the ducks. So, yep, not foist on the ducks. But welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. The governor's saying, yeah, definitely not foist. So there we go. Danny's g'day. Welcome aboard, Danny. Nice to have you here. People saying g'day to Danny. And thank you, Danny. I will pass your best wishes on to Ilana. Hopefully she's busy watching in the back. Otherwise, she's having a snooze. Whichever makes her better, I don't mind. Danny saying g'day to Ross Rhodes. Hi, Danny from Shannon. Ross, not Rhodes. There you go. Okay, Danny saying g'day to Shannon. And hope Ilana feels better soon. Thank you very much for that, Gov. G'day, Roxanne. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Danny. Yeah, I get other stuff. The governor, I'll call an update when I get a chance. Good on you, mate. Really appreciate that. Would love to have a chat. Roxanne is being greeted by Danny Dizzle Supermod 30. It keeps changing, Danny. What's up? Yep, keeps on changing. What can I say? Well, folks, in case you've noticed here, which cruises are you on? We're trying to do a heads up on all the cruises that we can. So there you go. Shannon, best to Ilana. Thank you. Tell her to have a Tim Tam. That would make me feel better. Yeah, a Tim Tam would make you feel better, but better than just a Tim Tam slam. That would make her feel really great. Danny is saying, yep, been helping Markland with the schedule for the cruiseathon next weekend. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, for those that don't know, next weekend we've got the cruiseathon. We want to get as many people on board as we possibly can. We need to raise some serious funds as usual. So looking forward to having everybody come on board next weekend. And also added to that, we're going to be finishing off the silent auction. So yes, and we need some bids. We need people to start bidding in the silent auction. Go in and have a look at some of the activities. You'll actually find those links in the description below. So please go ahead and get it done. Ross is saying spending quality time with Donna family tonight, sitting around the fireplace and relaxing. That's nice that you're spending time with Donna. It's cool. I just don't remember you having a fireplace, and if so, don't burn the house down. Danny's got not a problem. That's cool. Awesome. Tell Donna I said hi, says Danny to Ross. Will do, Danny. Oh, look who's in. G'day, Mum. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. G'day, everyone. Hope you're all well. And yes, chocolate is the best medicine. It is. Waiting for confirmation. Might be on the ABC's. Oh, Shannon. That'll be awesome. Talk to Bruce. I know that the ABCs goes out on the 11th of April, so it'll be amazing. That'll be you, Denise, and Jen all going on that cruise, so that's going to be amazing. There you go, Mum. Danny says, "G'day, Edith." So there you go. You've got some company there in the background. That's cool. And g'day, Ryan. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you. So, the ABC's cruise is happening fairly soon. Again, Danny's saying g'day to Mum, which is cool. Ross, fireplace is at sister-in-law's house. Ah, well, that's even better. You're at the sister-in-law. That's cool. Don't burn her house down. It's a bit far for Jimmy to go and put the fire out. Although Jimmy can't actually go and put fires out right now. Yeah, it's too hot. Anyway, as you can see, we've got a number of cruise ships in the backdrop, and you will have noticed that we did the backdrops. The backdrop is actually up on the photo. So I mean on the link for the show. So you'll see the 4 ships that we're looking at. First one, ABC's. That's the golden. That's the Horizon, the Carnival Horizon. That ship. We went on that. We went to the A and B, not the C. That's the one that Gabby's going on. That's the one that Denise is going on, and the one that Jen is going on, and possibly Lady Shannon. Danny is saying that she'll keep an eye on me for you, Mum. So there you go. She's doing a great job at it. Over here behind us is the Ducks cruise on the Carnival Luminosa. Folks, that's a great ship to go on too. We haven't gone on it. We'll be going on it. That ship down there behind the chair. Let me move the chair if I can. Then you can get to see it. That's where Alana would be sitting if she was here. But that there is the old Carnival Horizon, which is now known as the Carnival. The old Golden Princess, which is now the Carnival Adventure, which was the Pacific Adventure. That ship was the reason why we got into cruising, and we will be going on that ship with all the other Aussie creators. It's going out of our hometown, Melbourne, so it'll be a good look to see if we can get onto her. And Ross, thank you for the update in my mind. Thumbnail, thank you. I missed it. The ship behind me, the NCL ship, well, that's the one for the heroes that we're planning in 2028. we don't have the ship and we don't have the itinerary just yet. We're waiting on those things to come up. Once we get those, we will be passing on more information about that. However, if anybody is interested in that, now the Heroes Cruise is going to be an amazing cruise, because that is where we are going to be looking at the possibility of putting 10 recipients on board a cruise ship, which is going to be nice. But more importantly, the sort of recipients we'll be looking at will be vets, so anybody who's come out of the military, or any first responders, or even we're looking at some Gold Star families that have had something to do with, obviously, Gold Star families have had something to do with the military, but the families that we're looking after. So, yeah, we're looking to try and get at least 10 recipients on board that cruise. So the ship is still to be advised, and the itinerary. We're looking at the Eastern Caribbean, so have a look, come on board, check us out, see, maybe that it's going to be awesome. And if you are not in the US, consider the opportunity to come across. We're looking at round about September, October, somewhere around about there. So so roughly it's about 900 odd days, 980 days or something like that away. So plenty of time for you to save up right now. So have a think. It is going to be awesome. Okay. The governor's saying, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yes, it is. JMS 60, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Danny is saying, hey, James, can't wait to meet you in Helen. Oh, that's cool. A lot of people going to Helen, Georgia, which is the annual thing that, what's his name? Magnificent Germany with, what's his name? Danny, I cannot think of his name. Can you help me? Hang on. Spaghetti ice. No. Ooh, who said that? Fresh. Yeah, no. I'm not going to say that. Okay. Anyway, the governor's saying no cruising for him this year. Okay. We're actually looking for that. The Heroes Cruise we're actually looking at is 2028. G'day, Corrado. How you going, mate? Bidet, you mean g'day? Yep. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. I've been looking at some of the photos of you and the family in Facebook. Really glad to see that you're on board there. And that daughter of yours is amazing. Hey guys, you need to actually look at Corrado and his family having the taste test of Vegemite. You know, the axle grease. They actually did it properly. So good way to learn. There you go. JMS 60, pretty soon, Danny. Danny is saying, Darian. Yes, you're right. That's the name. I couldn't think of the name. There you go. Corrado corrected it. G'day, mate. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Okay, so question then, folks, is which cruise are you on? Corrado loved the Vegemite, which is great. And some people actually use Vegemite when they're cooking soups and all that sort of stuff, you know, because yes, it is a bit on the salty side. So for those that don't know, Vegemite comes from the leftover of making beer. That's its claim to fame. So there we go. All right. Okay, so which cruise are you on? We look and say, well, anybody who's going on the Horizon, it is an amazing ship to go on. It's got a shipload of stuff in it. It's got a brewery in there, so you can see how they make the beer. Look, from our point of view, some of the American beers, it needs a bit of work. I mean, the fact that you guys fall in love with that Aussie crap stuff, you know, the fact that you fall in love with that tells me that you really don't have good beer. So why would you pick an Aussie beer that's really an ex-Aussie beer? You can't get it here anymore. It's actually an import. We don't. Australia doesn't make it. Just to give you a heads up. So rather we'd be drinking Tasmanian beers. By the way, folks, if you're in the Down Under Cruises channel, just type in #duck, or if you are in the Helping Hands for Cruising side, just type in #HH4C, and your link will come up. Nightbot will pick it up. The governor is saying Vegemite and prove that they do get it wrong down under. Yes. That's why we don't do this thing anymore. So there you go. Okay. G'day, Chris. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Thank you for putting that up, #HH4C, because what do you know? There's his link. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Get your link up. Get your link up. Okay. So which cruise ship are you on now? As I said, when we went on the Horizon, we did Aruba and Bonaire. Did not get an opportunity to have a look at Curacao because that was not the itinerary. So that's it's amazing. If you can get onto that one, it's April 11th. Unfortunately for us, we're not going on that cruise unless we win the lottery. Chris is saying g'day to Danny and to myself, so g'day. The governor's gone with #duck, and very shortly his link will be brought up by Nightbot. So there you go. That'll be awesome. There you go. Nightbot brings it up. Please welcome Rob on the road. Let me say, folks, if you're into some fantastic photography, well, let me leave the link on for a bit. If you're into some fantastic photography, the governor, Rob, does do some amazing, brilliant photography and takes you around the world, particularly his hometown around the UK and some of the other places that he visits. And just his video is so peaceful. Just have a look at it. You guys got to look at it. That's a channel that should be monetized. I'll tell you what. It's just amazing. Danny is saying g'day to Chris. Okay. I'm not saying that no channel should be monetized. All channels should be monetized, but I'm just saying the governor has got an amazing channel there. If I'm a little bit down and out, I'll go and watch it, and it'll pick me up. Well, the videos will pick me up, not the channel. I mean, it's not that clever. Anyway, JMS is saying g'day to Chris. Shut up, Governor. You know that. Seriously, the check's in the post, and you've spelt it correctly, without an apostrophe. By the way, there should be an apostrophe. The check. ''S. But you've spelt it correctly. If Alana was here, she would give you a round of applause. But she'll be actually making a comment in the background. There's no apostrophe. That's Ilana. Anyway, we are looking forward to the Luminosa, so that's going to be an exciting one. Chris is saying he just got off an ABC's cruise on the Horizon for Christmas. How was it? How did you enjoy it? And how did the Horizon handle the ABCs? It did great on the A and B. I'm just wondering how it handled the C as well. Chris is saying g'day to JMS. Okay, so I know Visos Travel, Raphael, is going to be joining us on the Luminosa. I believe that he recently went on a cruise to Alaska, and that cruise to Alaska was on the Luminosa. He did hide something on the ship, and he was wondering whether or not that item that he has hidden will still be there when we go on the ship in December for New Year's Eve. So we'll see how that goes. All exciting stuff. What can I say? Okay, folks. Nightbot is bringing up some comments there. Nightbot is saying, "Welcome to the fun with the Down Under cruises. Please support the channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising." Chris is saying it was great, no problems. The seas were a lot of rough. Coming home after leaving Curacao, 7 to 8 foot waves. The captain said that was normal for that time of year. Wow. 7 to 8 foot waves. The good news is the ship made it back safely. You guys are all safe. That to me is awesome news. All right, so we'll be going on the Luminosa. The Carnival Adventure that'll be going out of Melbourne is going to be doing an interesting itinerary. That one is going to be doing Melbourne, Port Lincoln, Kangaroo Island, and Adelaide back to Melbourne. Guys, have a look at it, because if you look at it, you're going to actually be enjoying an opportunity to not only get to see iconic parts of Australia, but more importantly, there will be a few. It'll be quite a number of Australian creators on board. People like Deb and Matt, Rob and Ali, Adrian, the cruise and travel guy, Cruise Crazed Fam. That's the one I was trying to find in my mind. So all the relatively large Australian creators, come on board, come meet them. You know, we're just like you guys. We're normal. We all bleed red. So come and meet us. You'll have some fun. Some of us are a little bit out there, but what can I say? We're all out there to have some fun. Ross is saying it's everyone's positive thoughts for Tuesday afternoon. He's interviewing for a high-level executive position in safety in the autonomous transportation industry. Autonomous, that means transporting by yourself. Now, what are you transporting by yourself? People? Goods? All of the above? That'd be interesting. Well, good luck. We'll certainly give you some prayers. As Danny says, prayers, Ross. Good luck. Okay, so yeah. So the adventure is going to be an interesting one for us because we're going to see that one. How has that ship been evolved since it left Princess, the Golden Princess, and now it is the Pacific. Well, it was the Pacific Adventure. Now it's the Carnival Adventure. Chris is saying g'day to Ross and Rob. G'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Transport medications. Okay, yeah, that's autonomous as well. Taxi services. I got an idea who that might be with. Safety with them, hey? That's going to be interesting. Good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world. All right. I hope nobody autonomously drives a ship. It'll be interesting, especially when it's in the middle of a hurricane. There we go. Ross is saying, cannot say the company name due to confidentiality. Well, I've got an idea. Like, there's only about 2 or 3 companies that are doing it. Anyway. G'day, Jonesy from Chris. Now, one of the people that is going to be joining us on the Ducks Great Barrier Reef cruise is actually, which is the one we're doing at the end of this year on the Carnival Luminosa, is actually the Radio Jonesy Network. We're going to have a number of the network on there, so let's see how that goes. It's going to be an amazing cruise. We're looking forward to that one. Shannon is saying good luck, prayers, fingers crossed, Ross. If it's only fingers crossed, then that's good. If we've got a lot more than fingers, well, voices will go up an octave or three. G'day, Chris from Radio Jonesy. Okay, so let's have a look. This is the. I'm glad that Joe's not here, because if Joe was here, then he'd be beside himself. But let me put this on, because this is the one that Shannon, hopefully, Jen and Denise are going on, along with Bruce and Gabby.
The ABCs and You Group Cruise 2026 is the cruise you have been waiting for. Don't miss this opportunity to set sail on the magnificent Carnival Horizon for an epic 8-day sailing from Miami to the beautiful ABC Islands. After 2 amazing sea days, you will arrive at the island of Aruba, where you can see the California Lighthouse or just take in the scenery. The next stop is Bonaire, with its picturesque pink salt flats and amazing beaches. And then the last port of call is Curacao, where you can take a panoramic island tour or just take in the sights. 2 more sea days wrap up this cruise, and you will have plenty of time to hang out at the Pig and Anchor Bar, the Havana Bar, or the Ocean Plaza. There is so much to do on the horizon, and this is why it is a favorite among many. Contact Bruce at Ocean Travel or Felicia at Syrup City Travel today for more details and booking information for this amazing group cruise. We'll see you on board.
Yeah, Gabby's going to be a lucky girl, I tell you what. Now, Gabby, in case you don't know, is the 6th recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. She and her family are going to be put on to the Carnival Horizon. Their cruise is fully paid for by HH4C, and she's going to be enjoying the most amazing time. You cannot believe it. Well, she won't believe it either. She's just going to have a ball. Danny is saying, nice, Ross. If I'm ever in Chicago, I'll see if we can meet up. I've been talking to Mom and said I wanted to go to Chicago this summer to see Big Bro and sis-in-law. That's awesome. Jonesy, thank you for putting in #duck, because what do you know, folks? Here is his link. Jonesy's link. Please have a look at Radio Jonesy. Basically, Jonesy advertises Tasmania. You know that Tasmania is a part of Australia, much to the disgust of a lot of other cartographers, but Tasmania is the only place in Australia where you can get the cleanest air, the best beer, because the water is the freshest, and some really cool people. There is some talk that the Tasmanian tiger has not disappeared. It's gone into severe hiding, but we have to see that one as a truth anyway. Chris is saying Ross is up this way in northwest Indiana. So there you go. You guys are almost neighbors. Almost neighbors. So anyway, good luck, Ross. We wish you only good things, and lack of stress. Lack of stress. We know what it's like to be stressed. The governor is saying he's pretty okay with Tasmania belonging to Australia. Saves him having to pay for a cleaner. Yep. What's more important is you need to come on down, mate, and visit. You will find that the Apple Isle, because it looks like an apple, the Apple Isle has got to be one of the most pristine places. We haven't quite stuffed it up yet, and it is the jumping off point to the most southernest continent. It also happens to be a pole below the others. There we go. How was that? Geez, I'm good with that. Okay, we said that one. Jonesy is saying the Tasmanian tiger is in hiding from all the mainland tourists. I cannot say I blame it. The governor would leave work today and afford a one-way ticket to the end of the street. That's a pretty hefty ticket, I believe, especially with all the things going on in the UK. You might want to ask your travel departments or whatever it is to extend you the courtesy of a visa to be able to leave the country. Come on down, check us out. Come on down and check us out. You go to all these weird and wonderful places like London and Nottingham and Yorkshire, but you can't come a little bit further. I mean, seriously. After all, we are one of your colonies, aren't we? All right. So, the Luminosa will be doing the Great Barrier Reef. That'll be a great cruise. Anybody been on the Luminosa? If you have, be great to see what you think of the ship. Also, anybody been on the Carnival Adventure as the Carnival Adventure, not as the Golden Princess? I can tell you what it's like as the Golden Princess, but not as the Carnival Adventure. We're certainly looking forward to the cruise going from Melbourne through to Adelaide. Let me say, Adelaide is an anomaly amongst the Australian scene, because Adelaide is the only capital city in Australia that was not a penal colony. The state of South Australia, of which Adelaide is the capital, the state of South Australia was a free settlers state. So there's a bit of history there. Tasmania was a penal colony, as was the state of Victoria, as was the state of New South Wales, as was every other state. The governor is saying strange accent, questionable food, don't like the weather, could be Australia, could be Yorkshire, who knows. I'd be more inclined to say Yorkshire because Tasmanian weather is actually much warmer than UK weather, as well as the fact that they don't get all the rain, but they get all the green and all the fresh air and all the good stuff. So, Governor, you got to come on down. Actually, no, don't do that, because if you come on down, you bring the bad element, those pommy elements. We've already had that lot. That's why Tasmania is no longer a penal colony. Ice boxes are warmer than the UK. Well, that's true. It's funny. When I was 16, 17, my parents took my sister and I to Switzerland, and we were in a place called Davos. Davos is best known for the ski slopes. And it was in the height of their summer, 16 degrees. And we'd come out of South Africa. South Africa is pretty much like Australia. Average temperature for summer is around about 25 to 30 C. And we were there. It was 16 C. We were wearing hoodies and all that sort of stuff. And we noticed a couple of pommies were there for the summer months. And they were in T-shirts, and we were freezing. I mean, seriously, come on, get a clue. Jones is saying we don't get your crazy heat wave in Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne does get the hot weather. I mean, the warmest you got to was what, 28? Is that what you got, 28? We got 43, so that was a hot day. That was a warm day, 43 degrees. For those of you across the pond, 43, 86, 80, 90, 100, 110. So it's about or close to 120 degrees in the shade. So that was warm. That was a warm day. Yeah. Okay. So we'll be wanting to check out the Carnival Adventure. Just see how they've changed it from the Golden Princess. I know the Golden Princess was beautiful. We had lots of fun on her. Um, and the waiters were awesome. The service staff. There's one particular waiter that was working in the dining room was a guy by the name of Tick. He was I think he was Malaysian. I think. Or Thai, I can't remember which. But anyway, we really loved the guy. He was absolutely amazing. I hope he's still working in the industry because he certainly made people feel very comfortable and awesome. And we would look for him every time we went on board the ship, just to make sure that we were looking forward to actually having a good time, and he did give us a good time on the ship. So there, I hope he's working on it, and we can say it's people like that that really got us involved with cruising. Because if it wasn't for that, we obviously would not have set up this channel and got highly involved with cruising, etc. So there you go, folks. Certainly looking forward to bringing more and more and more people on board, getting the bug. The bug. All the cruises have the bug. Shana na na shana na na na. Get the bug. Okay, I won't sing anymore. Okay, so I was listening to a couple of people on another channel earlier on. I can't remember the name of the channel at the moment; it escapes me. But they were talking about coming down under, coming to check Australia, but they wanted to check out New Zealand, folks. You just got to come on down under. Just get yourself in the area. Once you're in the area, going to places like Australia, New Zealand, seeing Hobbiton and all those places, it's only a shipload away, or it's only like a 3-hour flight away. So come on down, just get down here. By the way, don't come for 5 minutes. You need to come here for at least a month. Those of you that are looking at it from the US point of view, Australia is A, so far away, B, as big, if not bigger than continental US. You need to spend time here to come and have a look. I mean, you're getting virtually everything in this country. You're getting greenery, you're getting desert, you're getting pretty much 80% of the population all living around the edge, where the greenery is. You're getting great food. You're getting great wines, awesome beers, great. We actually grow coffee up here as well. All sorts of stuff. So come on down. You've got to check us out. And by the way, on Hump Day, I did a Where Are We Today? And the place we were looking at was a place called the Kimberleys. Kimberley in Australia is in Western Australia. It's an exquisite area. It's untouched. You've got to come down and check it out. Chris, if I came all the way to New Zealand, I would go to Oz too. Good on you, mate. You've got to spend some decent time. Shannon, the then only retired people could come. No one can get a month off work all at once. Why not? Can't you put them all together? Can't you do I know, because you only get two weeks a year. So can't you do we'll work all the way through and then get our next year's in advance as well? So put the two together. Can't you do that? But then again, you need to live here because in Australia, we get 4 weeks every year. We get 1 month off every year. It's, well, some do. Those that don't usually run their own business. So they take time when they can. But having said that, it's You do what you can. It is what it is. All right. What more can I say? Let me see. Um, you definitely want to come on down under and see the variation. One of the places that we will be going to when we go to the Ducks cruise at the end of the year, we're going to go to Australia Zoo. Australia Zoo, I don't know if you guys are aware, Australia Zoo is where Steve Owen was from. The family run the zoo. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We'll get to see the crocs and we'll get to see a whole lot of other animals that they have there. Um, Australia Zoo. Chris is saying he has 2 months in June and July being a teacher in the US. Chris, first of all, what do you teach? Chris, which would be winter for us? Well, I'll tell you what, if you did winter here, you could go up to, you could do a cruise out of Brisbane. You'll find that our winters in Australia, particularly if you're going out of places like Brisbane, you'd find that those winters would be a lot more mild. They would be closer to your Florida winters. So you'd be walking around in t-shirts. Um, it can be the wet season there. Shannon is saying most companies give 2 weeks to start, and then you earn more the longer you work here. Her last company had 3 weeks. Now he has zero time off. She has zero time off. Well, Shannon, like I said, you got to come down to Oz because you immediately get 4 weeks allocated. You work your time, you do your 4 weeks. And then you can put them together if you wanted, so you can get 4 weeks in lieu. But then the reason why I asked Chris what he teaches is because teachers here in Australia, yes, you get your holidays, but more importantly, you actually your days are filled. You work pretty hard, and during the school vacation time, you're also working as well, putting teaching plans together and getting the marking all sorted and all that sort of stuff. G'day, Joe. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Excuse me. Hope you're having a great day. What's the weather like in Dubbo today? We're having a nice, fantastic, mild 25 degrees. Shannon, yes, my daughter is a teacher, but also involved in coaching and summer school. She mostly takes advantage of travel during the winter break. Chris is saying that he teaches health science, anatomy, kinesiology, human performance, and medical terminology, health and wellness, introduction to therapy. So you are basically teaching adults, if I'm not mistaken, and so you can take your time off as you will. Chris, I'm involved in teaching first aid, so I kind of hit in some of those topics that you're involved with. That's awesome. Chris is saying good day to Joe. So there we go. Awesome, guys. You've got to get involved. You've got to get involved with all these other channels. There's lots to learn. I just watched a cabin tour put on by Chris. That cabin tour was nice. The tour of the cabin was awesome. Do more of it, Chris. We love it. Also, I know that there were some other channels, like I think Eddie Lugo was doing a premiere earlier on today. I watched most of the premiere, didn't watch it all, but it was great to see him getting himself all organised. Chris is saying high school students, some of his classes are dual credit. They get high school and college credit. Oh, wow. G'day, Chris from Joe. So you are teaching high school kids. Yeah. If you were a school teacher, as in teaching school kids, whether you're high school or primary or whatever it is, more often than not, the teachers don't get an opportunity to have fun. They're too busy doing session plans and all sorts of stuff. So there you go. Joe saying good day to Chris, so that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, what other cruises have you guys been on recently? What can you tell us about the Carnival Horizon or the Carnival Luminosa or the Carnival Adventure or even more importantly, some of the NCL ships? I know we've just got off the NCL Encore. That was a great ship, enjoyed it. Only problem was 7 days we couldn't actually get to see the whole ship. There were things we were discovering even on the last day as we were walking off the ship. So there you go. Joe's gone on with the hashtag duck in the stream, and you watch. Nightbot will come up and give him the there you go. There's Joe's link. So everybody go and check Joe Hupp out. He's got an amazing channel there. Lots of Aussie stuff. The governor, I may shortly, rich in time, short in funds. Guess YouTube better than take off. What? You may shortly be rich. Well, mate. The bank and I have had a discussion, and the bank wins every time. I just say to the bank, mate, I'd love to cruise, and they go, yeah, well, you got to put the money in, otherwise we don't fund it. So I've got to do what I've got to do. Short in funds. Guess YouTube better take off. Yep, it had better. It had better take off for you, because if it doesn't, you'll be one of those who are counting de monnaie, count de monnaie, like us. We're busy counting de monnaie, like everybody, right? Yeah, I would it be to actually live on a cruise ship? There are those that do, But then again, is it really cheaper than being in retirement? I don't know. These are discussions for another time. So what cruise are you on? Give us a heads up. Cruise, new teachers, yes. Now that his plans are set, unless he gets a new class or they change the learning standards, it is just recycling information at this point. He also serves as a physio for his high school sports. Well, that's cool. Physio, hey? Ah, boy. We have a problem with some of our physios down under because they don't know how to use ice properly. I should only be on for 20 minutes, not 2 hours. But anyway, it is what it is. The governor. I watched a documentary on a woman who lived on a cruise ship. In short, not great. She cost them a fortune in healthcare and other related issues. Yeah. Seriously, getting sick on a cruise is not cheap. Yeah, okay. You got to do what you got to do. But then again, the cruise ship I'm thinking of is if you had the money to live on a cruise ship, you could have the money to own a yacht. Yeah, that's another subject for another time. We can dream. What would you do if you won the lottery? What would you do if you won the lottery? The governor says, who needs ice? Steel bucket, cold water, and big yellow sponge. Applied to groin regardless of location of injury. Fixes everything. I love that. That's cool. Applied to the groin. Yeah. What would you do if you won the lottery? Chris is saying that's our goal, to retire and do world cruises. Yep. Shannon is saying yes, but you'd have to man the yacht. No, not necessarily. I mean, if you had enough money, You could have a crew that would do everything for you, and you could put the yacht up for charter as well. I mean, I'm not talking about these small little ones with a sail on the top. I'm talking about these huge things. Ones like there was one called, I think it was called Goldfinger or 007, something like that. It's owned by one of the sheikhs. I mean, seriously, that's like multi-million dollars. Anyway, Shannon is saying if she won a multi-million-dollar lottery, she would start an animal sanctuary. Shannon, you'd need to talk to my mom. Seriously. That's because that's exactly what mom would want to do. The governor would buy a small fleet of long-range river cruisers and charter historic. What? Hang on, don't jump up. And charter historic and photography river tours, complete with experts. Man, that's a cool idea. Chris, if he won the lottery, HH4C would have a full ship charter for a 7 to 14 day cruise. Mark my words. Oh my goodness me, Chris. We would love that. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Then we'd call it the Chris M cruise, and you could have as many recipients as you would want on that cruise. That would be absolutely brilliant. You were saying it would be cheaper to buy a yacht, and I was saying not if you had to pay for crew and food. That's true. That's true. That's true. But then again, if you had the funds, if money were no object, you could get one of those huge yachts and you could get the crew on board to take care of all the recipients. I mean, seriously, that would not be a typical cruise. In actual fact, I would go with Chris's statement. Truth be known, says myself and Sharon. Shannon agrees. Great answer, Chris. And alcohol. Yep, and alcohol. So there you go. Yeah, that would be an awesome thing to do a full charter. Well, we're doing some homework to see how that would pan out, and yeah, it would be great. Chris is saying nope, it would be the HH4C cruise hosted by Down Under Cruises. I would not mess up a good thing. Mate, you're going to make me blush. Seriously, thank you so much. But at the end of the day, you have to win the lottery first, right? So there we go. Yes. But we'd still find a way for you to have top billing. Where there's a will, there's a way. So we would find a way for you to have top billing. All right. Folks, enough dreaming. We're coming into the hour. It's 7 minutes to go to the hour. I'm going to call this a little bit early, go and help my beautiful bride and see what she needs, if anything. So I'm going to ask you guys to stay safe. Have a great day. Tuesday night, we'll be chatting with Shaun. That's 8 p.m. Melbourne time, which is about for those of you across the pond. Come in, check us out, have some time with us. Ask any question HH4C related. Otherwise, on Wednesday, it'll be Shaun having a go. It'll be me with the Hump Day session at 8 p.m. Melbourne time. And then next week, hopefully, Alana will be up and running and ready to rock and roll with us. So there we go. Chris is saying for sure, but he does have to win the lottery, so that'll be awesome. Shannon is saying best to Alana. Thank you very much. Have a great day. You'll be sleeping. Awesome. The Fam Adventures, welcome aboard. Thank you for being in the background there, and good night. Shannon is saying good night to everybody. With that in mind, folks, have a great day, great weekend, and we'll catch up with you shortly. Take it easy.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free.